Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Ashton Jackson. And in today's video, man, we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus Arizona Cardinals Monday night preview. So before we hop into the video, I would appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. Video early Monday morning before the game. It's gonna come out around like lunchtime or something of that nature. But man, it's game day. We know what to expect really at this point. The offense is gonna have to put up a bunch of points, and the defense just hold your ground and give some effort. But yeah, man. So some news that we have right now when it comes to Dallas Cowboys is that it was reported on the 1st of this month, so on Saturday, it was reported that Jacoby Brissett will start Monday night versus the Cowboys, and that Kyler Murray is making progress from his foot sprain and could have a role Monday night, but Brissett will start. That was reported by Adam Schefter on Saturday around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. Now let's go over the injury report. Again, the Dallas Cowboys, they have a bunch of people out, but the guys that have been playing prior to the season that we know is for sure going to be out. Elijah Clark is going to be out. Jack Sanborn is still going to be out with groin issues, what they're saying. Donovan Wilson is going to be out. Perrin Winfrey was reported out. Same with Savon Revel and DeMarvin Overshown, who had a setback in practice with a thumb injury. But it seems like he's going to be fine. Nothing to write home about when it comes to that. Wanye Thomas was a full participant on Saturday. We're going to really need him, and we really just need help in the safety department, regardless of the safety room anyway, because we were running bone dry really last week versus Denver. Brian Anger, he was recently added to the injury report with an illness. And then Cooper Beebe is reported as questionable, but it seems like he is going to play because he was a full participant Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I have full confidence that he will play. For the Arizona Cardinals, they have B.J. Ojulari. He's going to be out with a knee. They have Will Johnson that's going to be questionable. Kyler Murray going to be questionable. Walter Nolan questionable. And Garrett Williams, the other cornerback, is questionable as well. So the ways in which that we can beat the Arizona Cardinals, and it's obviously going to start with our offense, right? And the number one thing that we're going to have to do in this game, like any other game, is we're going to start fast, man. Plenty of times when we have some of these slow starts to this game, it's kind of tough for us to dig ourselves out of this hole, especially with the way the defense has been playing for the past 9 weeks. We cannot depend on this defense. And that really leads into really my second point, which was what I had a big issue with last week when it came to Brian Schottenheimer, and that was we were not aggressive enough on 4th down. You can tell that first drive, the first Broncos offensive drive when Bo Nix threw a miracle interception to Jacquizzi Bridges, Dallas Cowboys go all the way down to the 1-yard line, back up 5 yards with Tyler Guyton. I felt like if we call a better play on that 3rd down, we get closer to 4th down, we should go for it. Because 3 serves us no purpose, especially if you know that your defense is going to give up 7, again, right back on that other opposite end. So if you're the offense, you have to start out fast, and that ultimately goes down to the players, and that goes down with coaching, man. We have to be aggressive on 4th down. And then also, my third point, man, Dak in this offense, man, we have to be clean. Limit the pre-snap penalties. We cannot be turning the ball over. We can't be having good plays and then we're getting backed up with holding calls by either Tyler Guyton or Terrence Steele or whoever it is. Like, we just cannot shoot ourselves in the foot in this game. We have to play as clean as possible. And then also with this offense, is something that I didn't like on that first drive again when we're talking about that Broncos game. I know that's last week. We're going to get done, last week is last week, but I'm just saying that that's all what we really have to go off of, right? In terms of what we need to improve on going into this game, that we need Dak Prescott to be the player who has a scrub on them. So, for example, last week, when you know that, they're going to travel and they're going to put 2 people on CeeDee Lamb, and if one of their best corners go out in the game, and George Pickens has the third or that second string outside corner on him, you have to attack George Pickens. That's the luxury of having 2 number 1 wide receivers, is that once a top corner goes out, or if the team only has one really good corner, they're going to more than likely put him on CD. That's when it's time to use that luxury that you do have and use George Pickens to our benefit and for us to go out there and win this game and make it easier for our life in the passing game, right? So all I said really was that if Will Johnson is going to be following the CD, throw to whoever's covering GP3, whether that's Max Melton or whoever else they got. Clark is one of their DBs I know that is playing for them for the Cardinals. So whoever GP3 got that isn't Will Johnson, heck, even if it is Will Johnson as a rookie, he's going to have to show me something. He has been playing really well. I'm not going to lie about that. But it's different. There's levels to this when it comes to this wide receiver game. He knows and everybody else knows, right? Another thing offensively, man, we got to get Javonte Williams in this run game going to make this life easier for Dak Prescott, man, because we understand and we know that our offense is a hell of a lot better when we're able to run the ball. You saw that in week 1. You saw that in week 2. You saw that in the Green Bay game. Most of our wins and most of our highest outputs when it comes to the offensive side of the football are when we're able to run the ball. So let's making sure that we're getting Javonte Williams plenty of touches through the air, on the ground as well. And let's make sure that we get other players involved in the run game, whether that is, I'll say, Turpin. I'm kind of, again, not kind of, I am skeptical on a guy like Jaden Blue giving him carries in this game. Again, that's another player who's going to have to show me something, but that's why this trade deadline is important. That's why we need to potentially look to add another running back, in my opinion. We talked about plenty of running backs that we can trade for and that we can look for in the market. But, again, let's get this run game going. I already talked about limiting the pre-snap penalties. And then lastly, man, we're going to be talking about defensively. And I only have one label. I just have one line for it. You know, I can come up with, hey, don't have Marvin Harrison Jr. look like the 4th overall pick in the 2024 draft. Don't have him look like Ohio State Marvin Harrison Jr. You know, don't have him going out there looking like his daddy. Don't have Michael Wilson look like the second coming of Larry Fitzgerald. Don't have Trey McBride, you know, looking like Shannon Sharp, looking like prime Travis Kelce, even though Trey McBride's a hell of a player anyway, right? But just don't have those players go off. You know, I can talk about all those things. I can say, you know, let's stop the run. Let's make sure Arizona doesn't run the ball on us. Let's make Jacoby Brissett look like a backup quarterback. I can say all of that, and, you know, we can preach, we can talk about it all day, night long. But the only thing that I want from this defense, and again, I can't get really too in-depth with this defense because of how bad we are from that aspect, is just the only thing I ask is just to give effort. I'm not asking for nothing more. I'm not asking for nothing less. Just give effort. That's all I'm asking. Play like you're playing on Monday night, like the world is watching you. Play like you're playing at home. Play like you're playing in front of, you know, play for your teammates, play for each other, and act like we have something to lose, man, because we do. Because after this week, it gets wicked, because you're going to have the Raiders on Monday night, again, 2 weeks from now. And they looked really good versus the Jaguars. They didn't close it out, but Brock Bowers looking like he's returning form. Ashton Jeanty had a solid game. Geno Smith finally looked like a playable quarterback in the league. And then after that, you're going to have to play Philly on a short week. And then again, another on a short week, you're going to have to play Kansas City. Kansas City's 5-4. Yeah, they don't look too great right now, but Kansas City can string a couple of wins, and they're more than likely not going to let a mediocre team really hang around and really beat them. So they've been taking care of business against teams that are not up to their level. You look at what they did with the Commanders on a Monday night. The Raiders, look what they did to the Raiders. So we have then after that, you got Detroit the week after Thanksgiving. So it gets wicked, man. I'm telling you, it gets really tough and really dark for this team if you can't get a win tonight. Because if you can't get a win tonight, you're definitely more than likely going to have to make a move at the trade deadline. But you're probably going to have to make not only a move or two at the deadline, you might have to make some moves in free agency and trying to pick up some guys off the street to try and help out this defense if that's what costs you in this game, which perfectly they don't cost us in this game, but we know that they're definitely the Achilles heel of this team. So that's about it for the video, man. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed, and let's enjoy Dallas Cowboy victory, man. That's about it.